Hey, shalom, shalom, Akim Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rikakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, all you brothers in the four corners of the earth, that pushing the truth in sincerity and in truth, shalom. To you sincere sisters, that learning in silence, shalom to you all. But this is just me heading to work, trying to get a daily bread. And meditating on the great test. That's what I'm going to name the video, as you see. The great test. What is the great test? The great test is talking about what? The MOTB. You could see that all of these wicked ass niggas who know that the MOTB, it is the mark of the beast. But they sold out for filthy lucres. They love to cure this world. They love this world that they're living in. But guess what, man? If you love the system, right, you're going to worship the system. Meaning you're going to take the MOTB because that's a part of the B system. Right? So, the great testing that is coming, right, is to try all men, not some men, all men. As long as you have life, breath in your body, you're going to be tested. As long as you're on the earth, right, you're going to be tested. Wherever you're going to be, man, especially on the earth, whether in your bunker, even if you're in the space station, that these devils building, guess what? You will have to take the MOTB, right, which is the mark. And if you go on ChatGPT, you go on Google, because they all in sync with each other. They say the same thing or a similar thing if you just ask the right question. Right? If you just ask the right question. So the great test, what is the great test? Let me read it in the NLT for you. Right now, I know people hate us for it, but guess what? You don't hate in us. You hate in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. People calling us sellout, calling us all kind of names because we tell you the truth. The scriptures say what? I might become your enemy because I tell you the truth. Am I? But it's not really I'm your enemy. It's the message that's coming from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Alright, so like I say, man, this ain't gonna be too long. This is Revelation chapter 3 and 10. It said, because you have obeyed my command to preserve, I will protect you from the great time of testing, right? Which is the MOTB become what? Mandatory, right? That is what's about to become mandatory, where a lot of men gonna sell out. A lot of men, because they don't have food, they don't have access to their family, they don't have access to, their regular, so-called regular life that they live in. Because, like Apostle Gobar said, we're not living, we're surviving. You understand? Going to these shitty jobs, which we're not supposed to be working. Just soon, in Jacob trouble too, to actually work, you will have to take the MOTB, right? Not only that you have to take the MOTB for work, but transportation-wise, right? Food, buying and selling, right? Basically anything. You understand that you want to do in society to get access to the grocery store, everything. It's going to be that you have to get be a part of the B system. You understand? You got to worship the system. It's gonna go so far that if you don't have the MOTB, most likely you're gonna be put to death. They tell you that in Revelation chapter 24. Alright? 20 and 4, sorry. Alright? So this great testing that is coming is to try all men. And it's going to try all men on the face of the earth, as it's going to see. Alright? You see, and I will protect you. And I will protect you from the great time of testing. Alright? That will come upon the whole earth to test those who belong to this world. You understand? Hey, the men of the Lord, the true men, starting with Apostle Tahar coming all the way down at GMS, guess what? We don't belong to the world, this world. Matter of fact, guess what? Even though you see, we out there preaching, we teaching, we doing these videos against this world because we're not a part of the world, like Yahweh Shai said. Right? If the world was for us, they would have loved their own. But this world despises us. They despise him that rebuked the gate. Right? This message that we bring in, man, we hated by so much people to even just bring another MOTB. You understand? We the anti-world, man. And like I get anti-Amashiach, we the anti-world. We against this world. You know? Kind of make that word up. But we the anti-world, man. We against this world. Right? We against this bitch ass place. But yeah. Right? You know, they call us doom prophet, they call us bombs. They hate us because of what we're doing. And we're gonna continue to do it. Because it is not our will. You understand? The great testing, there's men going to sell out, your family going to sell out. You understand? Who you claim to be your close brethren, which your brethren should only be the men of the Lord. Right? Like-minded. They tell you that in Sirach chapter is what I think it's 37 and 12. Right? Be continue with a man that don't know to do the commandment of the Lord. You understand? Just roughly paraphrasing that. All the rest is just bullshit. All the rest of people. You understand? So the great testing is coming. Some of us gonna what? We're gonna have to make choices to leave our woman, leave our children. You understand? Because they're gonna go and take the MOTB. Right? And they're gonna, and once you have that CF inside of your body, it doesn't matter which part. Could even have it in your pinky toe, your big toe, in your ass, it doesn't matter. You know? As long as it's in your body, that's it. That's the end of you. That's the end of you. Right? There's no forgiveness for you. The only forgiving you're going to get is being burnt in the nuclear bombs. I'm talking about people that is in Babylon especially, man. You know, the rest in the South Americans and wherever. Guess what? We don't know what's going to happen to you all yet, but we know that you're going to be put to death. Right? Because what? You choose Esau. Right? As long as you're not in the chariot, you only have death mark on your name. Right? The scripture tell you what's the judgment. Revelation chapter 14 and 9. What's the judgment going to be poured out because of you taking the MOTB? Right? So the great testing is coming, and the only people going to survive this great testing is the men of the true men of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Right? They that use this world, you understand, and abuse it and preach against it, teach against it. Right? Jeremiah chapter 28 and 8. Right? We in this world, we using it so that this message could go out. Like we use what? The internet. Right? The internet do the heavy lifting so that these people could know. Right? And the gospel must be preached in all the earth. How it's going to do that? Not by we traveling. Not by we traveling, but by the internet. You understand? So there's no excuse to say that, oh, you didn't know. You know how niggas slick. Our people slick. Jake slick. I didn't hear it from your mouth. Right? Because even to this very time that we living in, right? The scripture say that the house of Israel rebel even unto this day. Right? Now, they have people still, I'm talking about Jake, literally waiting for the Lord himself to come back to tell them that is the MOTB. They don't believe it. Hey, this is the work that the Lord say, I will do a mighty work. You know, though it be told by men, you will not believe it. You understand? The prophets is out there, and we be pushing the same, man. Right? We be pushing it week in, week out. So you being warned every single day. There's so much of videos up there. You know, there's so much message about the MOTB. Guess what? Even to these churches now starting to talk about the MOTB, right? So, yo, you can't. None of you could hide this, bro. And judgment is coming, and it's coming fast. You know, so all of you who want to sell out and say that the MOTB and what GMS saying is not true, don't worry. Don't worry. Let us give it a little bit more time. You know, because this is the Lord movie. Let us see what the Lord gonna do. Right? Nevertheless, man, I think I made the point. You know, heading to the plantation there. So let me see what's gonna happen. I just wanted to cut this really short. Anyway, with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, all you brothers in the four corners of the earth that pushing this truth in sincerity and in truth. Shalom.